Hi, this is a special movie review, a guest movie review by my good friend Goggs, and it's about Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen. Go, Goggs!
So, Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen, or Revenge of the Loud, if you were in the theater I was in, because the sound mixer fucked up really bad. Okay, here's the plot. So, it's 2 years later, the government is working with the Transformers to defend against the Decepticons. Yeah, so that happens. There's a secret society of soldiers that fight with them. Tyrese, is that who it is? He
Tyrese
back?
Bedford, yeah.
He's back.
The model actor.
Yeah, I mean, talk about Shakespearean. Like, fuck me running. That was, ouch. So, he's in it. It's great. The guy from that Vegas show, he's back. Optimus is there. Some shit goes down. Sam goes to college. He gets bunked up with some roommate who's a weirdo, but programs the computer to get all the hot broads from the school to be in their dorm. So all these nerds have no chance, but at least there's hot broads to look at. Shit instantly goes down. He finds like a shiv, like a little splinter of that cube that they were looking for from the first movie that was like as big as the Hoover Dam.
The Allspark.
The Allspark. He finds a sliver of that in his pants from 2 years prior. So, and somehow that engraves his brain with the location of this Energon device that the Fallen had made back in the day. Oh wait,
it was in his pants?
Wait, it was somewhere. Let's go back.
Alright, let's go back.
So, there used to be, way back in the day, when man used to hunt with spears in Egypt, there was a prehistoric race of robots that was here to start with.
What?
And they were building a machine.
The Dinobots?
I wish it was the Dinobots. It was just a bunch of assholes. So, they're building this machine to harvest Energon. They harvest Energon, as we find out in a later sub-point in the movie. What they do is they go out to different planets that have suns, and as long as there's no life on the planet, they blow up the sun and get the Energon. That's that's their bit. So the first Decepticon is the Fallen, and he finds life on planet Earth, but he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna blow up their sun anyway.
Wow,
so
what a dick.
So there's a robot civil war at like 17,000 BC. They take the keys to the Annihilatrix or whatever the fuck it's called, and it has a key, and they go huddle into like
start like a car.
Yeah, it's
fucking
like
retarded.
All these robots huddle into like a big gay pile, and then die around the key, forming a crypt. I'm not making this up, which they later have to find. So back to present day. Sam finds the sliver in his pants, and it engraves his mind with the location of all this nonsense and shit.
The pile, the gay pile, and the crypt.
Meanwhile, the Autobots are hunting Decepticons. They find some in China. They get cut in half. Some new Autobots have joined the squadron. Then the government gets pissy and gets anti-Autobot, and then Sam gets pissy and gets anti-Bumblebee because all of a sudden he doesn't want to be involved anymore with a badass car that turns into a robot. Like, this is suddenly, he's growing up now. He's going to college. So then some more shit goes down, and they're after Sam for what's in his brain. And Megatron's back. Some Decepticons dove to the bottom of the ocean, and all the American countermeasures to prevent said happening from happening fail epically. And something that they didn't know. Well, no, they knew because they put him there. So they Megatron kind of does like a Hadouken, like flying uppercut.
Wait, well, time out. Hold on. How did I thought Megatron died in the last.
He did, and then some of the Decepticons went to the bottom, and they went all. Remember Alien Resurrection when they needed to escape, and then the aliens attacked the other alien to make his blood like. They did that on the bottom of the ocean. They attacked the Decepticon, tore him to shreds, stole his spark, jammed that in Megatron.
Oh, I hate
now Megatron's back.
That's how I fixed my TV last week.
Exactly. So now we're at what else happens? Oh, so some Decepticon.
6 minutes.
6 minutes left, or that's where we're at?
6 minutes left.
Oh, we'll be fine in 6 minutes, people. Are you still fucking watching this? I'm saving you $10. So, Sam's at college. One of the hot broads is actually a fucking Decepticon. Like, when did this happen? She turned into the Terminatrix from Terminator 3, which sucked. And I don't get how that happened. But then Megan Fox catches him kissing her. She didn't weigh like a trillion tons. No, Megan Fox is still Megan Fox with those weird half thumbs. And and then Bumblebee drives around this Decepticon broad, and shouldn't Bumblebee know, like when a Decepticon gets in him, that it's a Decepticon? Because when things get in me, I know what they are.
No, that's not true. That's a lie, and we both know it. But anyway.
So, and there's also another chunk of Allspark that was in a vault somewhere, and a cougar, a robot cougar. The best part of the movie, honestly, one of the better parts, was that Soundwave's back, and he's like posing as a satellite, and he's like intercepting all these transmissions. That was actually kind of cool. And then he vomits.
Is he in the first one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, that fucking boombox wasn't really Soundwave. So he vomits out. Remember, was it Ravage? The fucking cougar?
Ravage.
Thing? So Ravage hits this base and fucking tears some dick out.
Thunderbeak in it?
No.
Laserbeak. Sorry.
So Ravage walks up to he dodges some machine gun fire, then walks into a ventilation shaft and vomits like a trillion ball bearings that once they get to the bottom of the shaft turn into another robot, and then that thing steals the Allspark chunk.
So robots vomit ball bearings that make other robots?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now the last Fallen, he's actually up on the moon or some other planet shit, which the Decepticons are making a home base. So they're still trying to figure out their plot. He can only be destroyed by a Prime, and then eventually Prime gets killed by somebody, but then he gets brought back later. It's retarded. So where are we? Okay, so Sam's back in the shit. He's getting chased. The government is anti-Autobot. Tyrese once again says, "Bring the rain," which I thought was a poignant moment. Like that was wow. I mean,
can you talk about? It got a lot of attention. Can you talk about the black Transformers, the street?
That was yes. There were two Transformers that were originally in the opening scenes in China. They were an ice cream truck together, and then later they become two Transformers, and they scan some new Chevy vehicles. The Chevy had its dick way into this movie.
Right. Okay.
And they were. I thought the initial reports were probably a little over the top. Like people were like, "Oh, these guys are racist." People think anything's racist nowadays.
Absolutely.
This was racist. I mean, this was, they were speaking. You remember that jive scene in Airplane?
Yes,
it was like that, without the levity. Like, it was just kind of like blatant. They couldn't read. It was brutal. How, well, regardless, racism so that happens. Oh, okay. So let's get back to what happened. Now, eventually, somehow Megan Fox caught a little baby Decepticon, and then he was an RC truck, and then she tames him, and then they find out about the original Autobots, the Primes, or whatever that used to be here on the planet. They were like Model Ts and other old school cars. Yeah. They go to the National Air and Space Museum, and an old T-71, is that what it is, Blackbird?
Yeah, T-71.
They find one of those, and it's a robot, and they like Allspark it, and with the sliver that was in his pants from 2 years ago.
Next to his gym membership.
And it turns into Jetfire or whatever. And he's got a beard, he's old, and he walks with a cane. He translates the symbol Sam's been seeing. They travel to Egypt to get, and then there's a pyramid, and that's where the Annihilatrix or the fucking thing is, under the pyramid.
Right.
And there's a riddle involved. Anyway, then the Decepticons form up into Devastator, because they're there now, and they make that big walking, crawling Devastator thing to destroy the pyramid to unleash the machine. At the same time, they're
regular Decepticons make Devastator?
Well, just a bunch of Constructicons, I would assume. And then basically they figure out that this key, the ignition, is going to bring Prime back, so they get the army guys to airdrop Prime back in there. He airdrops, Sam finds the key, he gets visited by robot angels that tell him to bring Optimus Prime back to life. Optimus Prime gets brought back to life, he absorbs the parts of the old Blackbird, turns into like a super robot, slices everyone's head off, and in the end they're on an aircraft carrier.
So, would you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I'd say down.
Okay,
like on a scale of 1 to 10, like a 3.
The Megan Fox half.
All right. Well, this was a special movie review, a Topo movie review of my good friend Goggs, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't go see Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen because it sucked.